Apple is the very first one I ever got to come in and eat apples. That's how she got her name. Come on, Max. She taught Max how to come in and eat apples. He likes them too, but he's got to kind of get past. Oh, there, right to you, buddy. Get that? There you go. See, you want to come down and get some for the babies? No? Well, guys, it's been kind of a tough week here for sheep. But, you know, if you're going to have livestock, that's what you got to put up with sometimes. There you go, Apple. That's what you got to put up with sometimes. Apple here. Now, that was one I told you about 10 days ago or so. She didn't look right one day, so I brought her in, gave her a shot. Next day, she was fine. Her lamb buddy was about 2 months old. About 10 days later, I didn't like the looks of him. Brought him in quick, gave him a shot and some drench, some other stuff. But 24 hours later, he was gone. About 2 days after that, I had one of the black belly ewes didn't look quite right. Got her in real quick, and she was already stiffening them up. She had tetanus. Tetanus is something you're going to get with sheep and with goats. Now, it's preventable, it's not curable. So 24 hours later, she was gone too. So we lost 2 here in just a few days. The tetanus situation, everybody when they came here got a CDT shot, which is tetanus overeating, they call it. But technically, to prevent tetanus, you want them to have 2 shots 30 to 60 days apart. In situations here, some of these had never been vaccinated. So what we had to do, we figured we're going to have to give them 2 sets of shots, and then once a year after that, you give a booster. And the booster we're going to try to do in February, so it's about a month before they lamb. So anyway, yesterday we got everybody in, got them in the catch pen. Everybody got a shot. Everybody got wormed. And I tell you what, I've spoken with a guy where I got the mouflons, and he didn't vaccinate anything. So I got the feeling a couple of mouflons, it was probably the first time anybody had ever got a hold of them, and I held them down. And I'll tell you what, it was a rodeo there. Everyone didn't come into the others. And I'll go over that a little bit when I go over the catch pen. I want to show you what we did over there. But, you know, there's 2 kinds of sheep. There's dead sheep and there's live sheep. Now, there's a lot of people figure, well, they got sick sheep, and really they don't. A sick sheep it's a live sheep transitioning to a dead sheep, and that's about what it amounts to. By the time you see one that's sick, it's probably already too late. Part of what you do, but with the tetanus, we can prevent that one. So we're going to hit them a shot. Yesterday we hit them with one. In about 6 weeks, about the end of December, we're going to hit them with a second shot, and then they'll be good until next year. But getting everybody in was interesting. I've told you before, you get the mesh fences like this, they try to run through it. That's why I wanted to really redo the catch pen. And when we're dealing with little guys, like our little lambs over there, they're like 6 weeks old, you got to be careful. You get a big group like this and put them in, they're just going to get crushed. So you got to have a way to take care of this quickly. And I think that's what we did. I got one more change I'm going to make on the catch pen. But for now, let's go over there. I'm going to show you what I set up for the catch pen and how we work with them when we get something like these in there. All right, we are on the other side of the pen. Everybody move that way because we came this way. Catch pen is now up in here. Now, I told you earlier, we started out with 6 foot by 6 foot tall by 6 foot wide chain link dog kennel panels. And we had 7 or 8 of those set up right in this area. And that's what we caught them in. Now, the problem with the dog kennel panels is any woven wire fence like this, they try to run through it. So you want something a little different than that. The way we've set it up, I moved the building over here a while back, and I have this gate set right here. I bring them around and I run them right up the corner, and we run them right up in here. And when I get them up in here, I'm going to go ahead and close that gate off in behind. But the idea is to hit them way up in. And when I get them way up in, if you get up here too close, once they see you coming, you can't get all the way up to that next gate. So I have a rope set up. And basically what I'm doing when I get this far in, we're just going to swing the rope in. That's going to keep them in. And then I'll have them locked in there. So that's my basic idea for a setup. Now the other day when we were catching them yesterday, I lost one mouflon. She got away. So I went ahead and I got their SD and I got them locked in. I reopened this gate. I brought her back in here and brought my one sheep into here. And that was real interesting because she's by herself. She ain't gonna like that a bit. They hadn't been handled, and she bounced off this stuff. Oops, sorry about shaking the camera that, but she bounced off this stuff probably 2 or 3 times before I could finally get her. By that time, she's got a bloody nose and everything else. And that's because, for whatever reason, sheep are stupid. And because they're stupid, they think they can go through that hole right there. And when they can't go through it, they figure, well, I just didn't hit it hard enough, so let me back up and do it again. And after about the 3rd time, you'd think they'd learn, but they don't. They just keep hitting it until they end up hurting themselves. So you want to get away from that. That's why I did this over here. Now, let me move a camera or something. We'll get set up and show you close and show you what I mean, why I wanted to make the changeover. All right, I got all my sheep up inside. They're locked in behind this gate right in here. Now, the next thing we want to do is we're going to take, I do have some chain link here, and this is tied up for now, but I will unwire it when I get here. And I'm just going to move it out, and what I'd end up making is a little 5-6 foot square area right here. The reason I do that, and this is what we're doing for today, it'll change by December, hopefully. The reason I do that, I got them in here. If this was solid across, by the time I bring this all the way back to allow you to come out with a sheep, here comes everybody else. So instead, one person goes in and gets a sheep. Now all you have to do is bring the gate back to here. The person can slip by, get in the spot, close it up, do the doctoring, turn it back out again. That's why it's set up this way. It'll probably change here by the time we do it next time, and that's going to be because there'll be an addition of another gate on the inside. Now, the reason it's set this way is, as I said, you got a wire fence, they're just going to keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and think they're going to go through it. Once you have them in here, once you have them with solid walls, they still bunch up, they still crowd up, and they're still wild, and they're jumping around, and they can be hard to work with. But they're not ramming into the walls all the time trying to get through it because it's solid. Now the difference I'm going to do from here back is about 12 feet. So I'm going to go about right in the middle, and I'm going to put another gate in the middle. And then we probably won't need this contraption out here anymore, because what we'll do is close it up. We'll get inside, now close the other gate, split it in half, and now you can move back and forth between the two, and then if you want, you can let them out as they're doing it that way. Hopefully, I'll have that one done by December. And hey, if I got a little time in December, I'll try to do some video while we're working with them. I didn't have time yesterday. Everything was going on in a hurry, and I just didn't want to take the time to do it. But maybe in December, we'll see if we can get the cameras rolling, and I'll kind of show you how hectic it can be sometimes trying to catch these things. But anyway, that's the week, guys. We lost a couple, part of having livestock. The catch pin's in good shape now. We'll add to it. I'll tell you what, it's sure, compared to what it was like the first time catching these guys and those chain link panels and everybody bouncing all over the place, it was so much easier this time with this. I really was glad I got this thing set up. I think it's going to work a whole lot better when I put the new gate in. All right, that's all I got for this week. Hopefully things will be better for the next couple of weeks and get past this one. Thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.